Street Empire. We legendary. Street Empire.
Yo, what's going on, guys? So will be the second episode, I believe, for the killer. This is for the pro analysis series. I apologize if the mic is making some kind of noise or maybe it's crackling. I believe that's probably because it's a wireless headset, so maybe it's some due to interference or something. But I already got a new mic; it's on its way, and I should be using it on the next videos already. So will be a better mic for the next videos coming forward, so I'm very happy about that. But I just wanted to apologize if it's, I don't know, annoying. But going back to the video, so this is something I do on my coaching, which is this video analysis. I analyze the gameplay of my students, but obviously don't take it like this is the actual thing that I do on my coaching. The coaching is much more detailed than I would do here, but just know that it's just something that I actually do in my coaching as well, in a much more detailed way. So this will be very helpful as well. Now this is a killer match. Obviously, I'm playing Pig. My opinion, I'm using her best add-ons right there. Not her most OP add-ons, but the best ones. Right here, I use whispers to find the first chase right away, which is something you always want to do, is find the first guy right away. So we're already on a chase, and corrupt intervention is helping me skipping them off the gens while I'm starting this chase, you know, because they have to waste time to find the gen that's not blocked. So that's the main reason why I have corrupt intervention there on my loadout. Right here, I didn't break the pallet because I knew I could do this little mind game that I did right here and get the hit. This is not an entirely safe pallet, it's kind of a 50-50. So that's why I didn't break the pallet, so I can get the hit earlier. Because if I break the pallet, I'll give him more distance, and the chase is gonna just last longer than it has to. This is a safe pallet, so I cannot do the same here. So I'm trying to see if I can loop better than he does and reach the, you know, the pallet before him, but it wasn't close enough. So this is a safe pallet, so I have to break it. There's no mind game here. Now he's on a T-wall, so notice I also pushed him towards this side when I broke the pallet, so now he's forced to loop me on this T-wall, which is very bad for him. It's also unsafe. So I know I'm gonna down him quickly eventually. I did a mind game there. I'm sure you noticed that as well on the T-wall. See, he was I made him very confused, so he just ended up running straight towards me. So now corrupt intervention is off. So you see, there's still 5 gens. If I did not have corrupt intervention, it would probably be they would very likely already have finished 2 gens by now. So that was the purpose of corrupt intervention, is really just to get the pressure going before they actually start finishing the gens, which is a big deal on the meta side of the game of things. Right here, I did another little mind game here. I'm sure you noticed. I pretended to go away, but then I crouched to lose my terror radius because I knew they would come back to touch the gen, so I could get a free hit out of that. Right here, and I'm going for her because she's not injured, and I want to get someone out of the game immediately. Now, I didn't mention, but this guy back on when I first found him, when I missed that first charge hit, I was already gauging how good this player is, and I know this ace is kind of good, so I know I have to watch out for him on the lips. He's gonna give me long chases if I stick to him, so that's a risk I'm taking right here because I want to try to get him off the game already. But I don't care how good he is, he's gonna have to deal with my mind games, and that's never gonna be easy. So that's why I'm committing to chasing him anyway. And as you can see, it already worked out. He's a good player, but he got down fast anyway. Now I notice these people are close to me, so instead of picking him up immediately, I'm gonna apply more pressure by chasing these people or making them injured, something, making them waste pellets. Anything, it's all benefit for me that I can get out of this. Possibly it would be good to get another down before I go for the ace again. His DS is probably on going on cooldown right now, so I don't want to pick him up to get DS. This is very that hard for distance, not much you can do here. But she would have been down right there, and I would have been able to come back here before they heal him. But now, I don't know why she dropped that pellet, but he would have gone down anyway, so my plan worked, which was to come back. Was to apply some pressure and come back to pick him up. Ideally, after his DS was gone, which is right now, so it worked out. And as you can see, those three people were not doing anything, so that's why the gens are still intact. Because the K was healing the mag, and I was chasing the mag at some point. I mean the Yui, sorry. And the K was the one that I think was not interacting with me. She came for the heal, so no one, none of the 4 players survivors were doing any gens. So that's why obviously I have that in mind. So that's why I'm keeping the gens intact. Just really applying pressure. Here I'm waiting for a 360. She didn't do it, or do it poorly, so free down for me. Now the reason why I didn't trap the ace at the start was because I plan on tunneling him and getting me off the match as soon as possible. So that's why it's not worth putting a trap on him. But the others is, so that explains the trap thing. I also have the add-on for one more trap, which helps with the pressure and wasting time, because as soon as they finish the gen, the trap is going to activate and they can't do gens. They have to focus on getting the trap off the heads, which is very good. It's a characteristic that only the pig has, which is definitely one of her strengths above the other normal speed killers that have to hit people twice. So here, ideally I should have found the ace already, but because I was too far away when he got saved to tunnel him, I'm just gonna make something else up. In this case would be setting the traps and applying pressures to other ways until I can find the ace again and get him off the match, because he's the one that's close to death right now, closest to death. So I want to get him off as soon as I can, because that would be very beneficial for the ongoing of the game, as far as 4K is concerned. Now this is on a safe area. She was smart to not stay there, so she went for this pallet, which is safer. Right there she thought I would respect the pallet, but obviously I didn't, so she got hit for that. She did not have to necessarily take that risk, but she did. Now this is also an unsafe pallet, that's why I'm not breaking it, because I know I can get a hit here for sure if she stays here for long enough. Now she was very smart here. She's combining the 2 structures on the lip, so now I have to deal with this pallet. And yeah, she kind of messed up right there. She she was trying to vault while looking at me, and she just missed the angle, so she got stuck. Now you see, there's 3 traps on people, and they just don't have time to do the gens. And if they do the gens, a single gen, everyone that has a trap on is gonna activate, and then they really not do anything. So I have a really strong position right now. But ideally, I want to find that ace and get him off the game to make this position even stronger than I have at the moment. So that's my plan here, is really trying to find him. If I can, that's fine. I have enough pressure there. I can't allow myself to chase other people and not focus too much. I also have Pop Goes the Weasel. Now I can hear in my ears he's doing this gen, so I'm gonna use my Pop here. I'm really just controlling every one of them at the same time here, with the traps and my positioning overall on the map. So here I'm back to the Yui. I was trying to find the ace because I think he was the one that was working on that gen. That's why I took a little time to search for him there, because I wanted to find him. But she was, I guess, dumb enough to wait for me there on shack. She could have just created more distance, but she was waiting there, which allowed me to find her again and get it down. So now she's down, so someone has to heal her, and I'm gonna go for the mag because she's already injured. It's gonna be a faster down for me. And ideally, I want to go back to the Yui again before she gets healed. Right here, Dead Heart saved her again, a second time. It was a guarantee down without Dead Heart. And she used for distance. Right here, another mind game, so... Again, I don't care how good he is, he's gonna have to deal with my mind games, which is probably gonna make him go down fast. Okay, so now both her and the ace are on death hook. So my target priority is not so much the ace anymore. I can allow myself to focus on the mag if I get the opportunity as well. So right here I found her. I also noticed that on barbecue I saw that I'm on this gen, so it's more important for me to keep this gen than chasing that what's her name? Zarina? I think it's Zarina. And right now I have time enough to go back. That gen is regressed, which was the only gen they were working on, and I have time to go back. The reason why I crouch was to possibly avoid borrow time from activating because of my terror radius. Okay, so I heard she break my hook, so that allows me to know where she is. It was not the mag actually, so I was trying to find a mag, but because I found the ace, which is like I said was my high priority target, because he's very close to getting off the game. That's why I'm gonna focus on him and not on the Yui. Because I wanna make a 3v1 as soon as I can. Will be much more beneficial to me. He doesn't have, yeah, right there I knew if he needed that heart to escape that, so I already knew that, but at least he wasted the pallet, the strongest pallet in the map, which Shack pallet. Okay, so now they did gens, so someone's trap is active. The other guys were not doing gens because they were too busy getting their traps off before deciding to work on a gen. And again, we're back on this ace. He's a good player, so I won't be able to down him that fast anytime soon. But I'll do what I can with the killer die I'm using. Right here, I believe I left him. I'm just really trying to find someone else because I noticed they are all injured. So if I find anyone, it would be a very easy down right away because they're all already injured, and most of the pallets by now are kind of gone. The strong pallets. You see, like right now, for example, that pallet was already gone from before. So, and like I said, trying to find someone that's injured was a much easier down than and faster down than probably continuing to chase that ace. But again, I left her on the ground because I'm really just trying to find her, which is the mag or the ace. That's my priority target at this moment, not the Zarina. So I just use her for pressure while trying to find my priority target. So there you go, the mech is dead, so now it's a 3v1 with 3 gens left, which is pretty bad for them. The odds for them are much smaller right now of winning. Okay, so now I'll do the same trick again. You notice I used it. I know he's there. There's no way he could have gone anywhere else, so I know he's there. I also hit the Yui, so he's gonna think that I'm chasing the Yui, but by crouching, he's not gonna hear my terror radius, and I can hit him for free. By coming back to the gen. And now, because he's stuck there, I don't have to. I have time to kick this gen and not lose him out of sight. Now again, he doesn't know where I am, so by staying crouched and outside of my terror radius, it makes it even harder for him to figure out where I am or what I'm doing. And see, like right there, just a mind game, another mind game, and it just worked perfectly. I was also using my ears to pinpoint where he was without looking at him. And just like that, now it's a 2v1 with 3 gens left. Because both my high priority targets are gone. They were definitely hooked. So at this point, there's really no way they can win this game. Hatch has not even spawned yet, I believe. They need to finish one more gen before the hatch would even show on the map. See right there again, I used the same trick with the terror radius by crouching. Whispers, I already knew she was on this gen. Whispers told me. And she was right here. Not lucky enough. She leaves some scratch marks so I know where she is, and it's pretty much GG at this point. I just have to chase her and down her unless the other person has Unbreakable, and it's game. Just this Yui again. They already wasted most of the pallets, so the windows are mostly the only thing they can rely on for now, and they can't use that forever. So now she's gonna get hit. The crouching here is really just to get more points from using the ability. Now her best option now is really just to get the other person up, but it won't really matter. So I hear down her quickly before I lose line of sight of the other person, and I'm gonna chase him so we can finish this game. And she's too early for the heal. She's not gonna be recovered, so there's not much this person can do here. Just arena. And yeah, just like that is. And I still had 2 more traps available if I needed them. So like I said, these are very strong add-ons, but you know, if you play with strategy and like I did and most things like that, you probably won't even get to use all those traps. But I mean, they're there just in case, you know. If you're not using this add-on for increasing 1 more trap on the total quantity, another good add-on would be I think the timer-based one where it makes the timer go faster. That one is pretty good too. I think it's a purple, but I think it's more on the possible B side, so I don't like using it. I just use the normal average add-ons. But if I would not use any of like yellow add-ons, I would just use add-ons that affect her crouching, the speed of the crouching and the dash attack. Right here I'm just really farming points. I'm not really gonna let them escape. I'm just finishing my deviousness category there with by attacking with the dash. But it's good, I mean, because I get more points and they get more points, so everybody wins a little something. I still win the game anyway, so at least they get more points out of it, the same way that I do. And I don't know, some people tell me that I'm bad for doing that, like farming people, but I mean, they're also winning from it, so I don't see how that's bad. I could have just killed them right away, and they wouldn't gain anything. So like right there, I think it's enough right here, because I already have... By getting the 4K is going to give me more, I think it's like 2K, 2.5K points for deviousness, so that will be enough to finish the category with points. I could have also, I don't think I will, but I could have also farmed them on the hook by letting them save each other and hooking them 3 times, but I don't, if I believe I did not bother to do this on this match. The commentary is not live, obviously. I'm doing post commentary for the game. And yeah, it looks like I didn't bother to get the hook points. I could have let the Yui save her and then, you know, hook the Yui and, you know, get 1 more hook out of each one of them. And yeah, that's really how you get these kind of 4Ks. Pretty dominant match, if you ask me. And that ace was actually a pretty good survivor on the chase side, but he also knew how not to waste time and do the gens. But you know, if you're a good killer, there's always a way. You can always do mind games. You know what safe areas, know which are the safe areas and which areas are not, the pallets and so on. And you know, do mind games and so on. You can get the good players as well if you know what you're doing. And yeah, rank 1. Let's check their ranks. I'm not sure if they were that high. Was it 2 pip as well? Yeah, they were all red ranks. Most of them with meta perks. So yeah, it was a pretty easy, good game. And yeah guys, that's it. That's for the analysis. And I'll see you guys later.